Every morning before sunrise, Arif pushed his cleaning cart through the glass halls of one of the biggest tech companies in the city. He worked as a janitor, quietly wiping floors and emptying trash bins. At home, a small apartment waited for him, and his 7-year-old daughter. Arif was a single father. After his wife passed away, his life became a careful balance between earning enough money and being present for his child. This job paid the bills and offered health insurance, even if it meant hiding the education he once dreamed of using. That morning felt different. Tension hung heavy in the air. Employees whispered urgently, phones rang nonstop, and security guards stood alert outside the executive floor. Something big had gone wrong, and everyone could feel it. Inside the boardroom, executives stared at massive screens flashing red warnings. A core system tied to a $100 million international contract had completely crashed. Investors were demanding answers, and competitors were circling like sharks. The CEO, Raheel Khan, stood at the head of the table, his jaw tight. "If we don't fix this within the hour, the deal is gone," he said firmly. No one spoke. The best engineers had tried everything, and nothing worked. Outside the glass walls, Arif slowly mopped the floor. His eyes drifted to the screens, and his steps slowed. The error patterns looked strangely familiar. Years ago, before life changed, he had studied computer engineering and system architecture. Arif leaned closer, reading the scrolling data. His heart began to race. The problem wasn't massive. It was subtle. A missing failsafe in the load-balancing logic was triggering a chain failure under pressure. He straightened up, conflicted. He was just a janitor here. Speaking up could cost him his job. But doing nothing could destroy something far bigger. He thought of his daughter and the lessons he wanted her to learn. Suddenly, an executive stormed out of the boardroom and nearly collided with him. "Watch where you're going," the man snapped. Arif apologized softly, but before the door closed, he spoke. "Sir, I think I know what's wrong." The executive laughed under his breath. "You?" he said dismissively, walking away. A few people nearby smirked. Arif felt his face burn, but he stayed silent. At that moment, the CEO noticed him standing there. Raheel Khan stepped outside and studied Arif carefully. "You said you know what's wrong," he said. The hallway grew quiet. "Explain." Nervous but steady, Arif described the flaw in plain terms, pointing toward the screens. Some executives scoffed. One senior engineer shook his head. "That's impossible," he said. Arif met the CEO's eyes. "Give me 30 seconds," he said calmly. The confidence in his voice surprised even himself. After a brief pause, the CEO nodded. A laptop was placed in front of Arif. His hands trembled slightly as he typed, but his focus was sharp. He adjusted one line, added a safeguard, and pressed enter. For a moment, nothing happened. Then one screen turned green. Another followed. The red alerts vanished, replaced by stable metrics. The system rebooted cleanly, data flowing smoothly as if nothing had ever gone wrong. The room fell silent. No cheers, no gasps, just stunned disbelief. A crisis worth $100 million had been resolved in seconds by a man holding a mop moments earlier. The CEO slowly stood up. "Who are you?" he asked. Arif answered honestly. He spoke of school, lost opportunities, and choosing stability for his child over ambition. No excuses, no bitterness. Raheel Khan looked around the room. "Today," he said, "we were saved by talent we chose not to see." He turned back to Arif. "You're not a janitor anymore. Effective immediately, you're joining our systems team." Applause erupted. Some executives looked ashamed. Others looked inspired. Arif felt tears fill his eyes, but he held them back. "Thank you," he said quietly. "I just wanted to do the right thing." That evening, Arif picked up his daughter from school as usual. He didn't tell her everything, just that he had a good day. She smiled and held his hand tightly as they walked home together. Over time, Arif proved himself again and again. He worked hard, stayed humble, and never forgot where he started. His story spread through the company, becoming a reminder that greatness often hides in plain sight. Years later, employees still spoke about the day a single dad janitor solved a $100 million crisis in seconds, and how the CEO's stunned silence taught them all a lesson they would never forget.